Hi, this is Christina Castrena, and today we're going to talk about parasocial relationships. Parasocial relationship is a relationship that people create with either a celebrity and some type of influencer, an online influencer, or regular people on social media. So I'm going to give you my perspective as a therapist on parasocial relationships and how they can impact a person's life, either in a positive way, a neutral way, or maybe even sometimes in a negative way.
I'm a fan!
One of the first things I want to talk about is how people create and why they create parasocial relationships. I have definitely consumed YouTube content, and there are definitely influencers that I really like and I follow, and sometimes I feel like I'm close to them or I know them, especially depending on how much they share. And, there's, I think, a general fondness for them. And I think for most people, that's where it's at. As human beings, we are wired to connect. Like, we want to connect. We are social beings and we want to be with people. Even for people that are, they say I'm fine by myself, I'm fine alone. Even for those people, oftentimes they want to have at least some connection with somebody. It's natural, and I think an easy way to connect through social media. And I think prior to social media, there was like the whole with movies and TV, it was with celebrities. And so we were constantly connecting with these celebrities that we would see in movies or on television or even in music.
Congratulations, the Cure Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Are you as excited as I am?
By the sounds of it, no.
We knew all about them, and we would, read about them and watch these shows and felt like we really were invested in their lives, even though they didn't know any of us, they aren't invested in our lives, but we had a certain amount of investment. And I think that's important to note that with social media now, it's way easier to have, I think, a broader variety of these relationships with not only celebrities, because, oftentimes they are on social media, but with other influencers, whether that's on TikTok, Instagram.
You're the Spider-Man from YouTube.
And I think that makes it feel, even more like a stronger connection, because for a lot of those people, it feels like, oh, they're just like me. They are just regular people, or they have similar values or similar opinions that I do. And so it's very easy to connect in that way. I was watching YouTube, and there was something about Zendaya and Tom Holland recently getting married. But the clip was of Zendaya and Tom Holland being interviewed, and they asked about their wedding, and the information was leaked. And so Zendaya gave a really good explanation of why they hadn't shared that they had gotten married.
I am aware that I'm a public person, and so is he. And I'm also aware that we've grown up in front of people, and we've done movies where we fall in love with each other. So it's I really do understand that, and I don't want to dismiss that, stay out of my business or whatever. But in a lot of ways, I also am a very private person, and I try my best to be able to have things for myself and for him as well.
And so what she was explaining is that, she understands as a celebrity that all of her information is pretty much out there, but even as a celebrity, her and Tom want to keep certain information private. And that's normal. It's important to have certain limits and boundaries around your private information. I think a lot of times people are used to just, especially with social media, kind of putting everything out there. And, which is, for some people, they want to do that, and that's fine.
Oh, and this one time at band camp?
But for her, she was saying that there are some things she wants to keep private, just for her, just for Tom, just for her close family and friends. And I think that's appropriate. I think it's important that the fan understand that I don't actually know this person and they don't know me.
Who are you? Who are you?
Who is she?
Who are you guys?
The relationship is a little bit more one-sided in regards to the fact that they, are the ones invested in the celebrity's happiness. For example, my wife, she absolutely was a huge Grey's Anatomy fan for years.
I'm in this for the long haul, and I'm in this to finish the race.
But she was a huge fan, really invested in the characters from the very beginning. And she really, really liked Sandra Oh. And so one day in Hollywood, she went to one of those really fancy markets, and she ran into Sandra Oh, and she was so excited, over the moon excited. And she went up to Sandra Oh and was like, Sandra Oh, I'm such a big fan, and I just really love your work. Can I please take a picture with you?
So pick me.
Choose me. Love me.
And Sandra Oh was not having it. She was just rejected the interaction, and my wife was heartbroken. She never watched Grey's Anatomy again after that. Yes, there's definitely the case for celebrities can have their boundaries and set those limits, and they're like anyone else. They need to go to the grocery store. They want to have some privacy, but the parasocial relationship is one-sided. My wife loved Sandra Oh, but Sandra Oh didn't love her. When it comes to celebrities and influencers, there is another person on the other side of that camera or the TV or whatever that doesn't know you. Some influencers and celebrities, when fans come up to them and, are really excited, I think there's plenty of them that are very happy to give autographs or take pictures, but there's others that are very private. I think we also have to respect that. Just as much as we are impacted by celebrity joy, whether it's a wedding or a proposal, their movie did really well, stuff like that, we're also impacted by celebrity loss. One of the recent celebrity losses that I was personally impacted by was Catherine O'Hara. I am such a huge fan of her comedy.
When you're talking to someone, you close your eyes and then you look at them when you're not talking to the person. I mean, you open your eyes when you're looking away, but then when you talk to the person, you go like that. And you open your eyes and then you look back at the person, but you never open your eyes when you're talking to them.
One of the movies that I absolutely love is Best in Show, and I used to watch that all the time. It's one of those movies that just brings me a lot of joy and comfort, and I would just put it on. I watched Schitt's Creek and The Studio and Beetlejuice, of course. Beetlejuice, one of my absolutely favorite movies, and Home Alone. So it was kind of like this mother figure who was in all of these wonderful movies that were integral to my youth. It was really impactful. So when I found out that she died, honestly, I don't remember the last time I actually cried over a celebrity's death, but I was tearing up and I couldn't even help it. And I was surprised by the impact that it had on me. And I think that's for a lot of us, even for people that don't have these really strong, parasocial relationships, or they're not I'm the biggest, Taylor Swift fan.
I just wanted to listen to Taylor Swift alone.
We don't realize how much these celebrities have, whether they're in certain movies or music or television, or even on social media, that it's impacting our lives in some way. One of the reasons, for example, with Catherine O'Hara's death, that it represented a certain part of my life. And so I think for a lot of people, whether it's a celebrity, it's a musician, it's an influencer, it was about a time of my life that I connected with. They represent something to us.
Memories. You're talking about memories.
So I'm a really huge fan of paranormal shows. I don't know why. I just really like them. And my wife and I are always watching them together. One of them we really like it's called Travel the Dead, and Katrina Weidman is one of the ghost hunters. We have this game we play. It's whenever we're driving and we pass any type of building we see that maybe looks like it's haunted, we'll ask each other, well, how much do I have to pay you to stay there overnight? And then we'll say oh, can I have a flashlight? Can I have one of my cats? Usually it's $1 billion. So what if Katrina is there with you? And that always, it's I'll do it for free.
Would you ever spend the night alone in this house?
With a shotgun.
Because we know she provides just to see all of the shows that we watch with her, she's always so brave, and she provides the security of I can go in that haunted house, but I know I'm not going to call her and ask her to go to a haunted house with me. It's fun to think about oh my gosh, what if this experience did happen? I used to follow Katrina on Instagram, and she had announced that she had a little baby, and I was so happy for her, and it was I was oh my God, I'm so happy. What a lucky little kid, she has a brave mom. But I mean, it's an example of feeling joy for these people that we have these parasocial relationships with. I think they're a lot more prevalent because of social media, and it's very easy to fill your time with watching other people doing things or other people having experiences. I also think it's important that we go out and experience things for ourselves, that we are connecting with people in real life, that we are calling up a friend, having lunch, going to see a movie with somebody. A lot of what these relationships are doing for us in regards to the parasocial relationships, sometimes when we're feeling alone or we're feeling lonely, we're able to connect. And I think that's important to identify that in those times when we are feeling alone, that it is providing us with company. I think that's a great resource in addition to connecting with friends and family outside of social media.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Call up somebody you haven't talked to in a while, go out to lunch, go to dinner, go see a movie, go to a theme park, do something fun and enjoy yourselves. I would love to hear some of your stories about some of the parasocial relationships that you've had, the people that make you feel safe, the people that make you feel loved, or maybe even a loss that really impacted you. I'd really appreciate to hear those stories. So let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video. Thank you.